Last week, I posted this on X. It was a critique of Orange Shirt Day and this orange flag that is flying outside of the British Columbia legislature. I can give more context later, but I want to start off right away with the audio recording of me getting fired by the Conservative Party of BC over this tweet. The call is with HR, and I don't think they need to be named because they are just carrying out what the leader, John Rustad, told them to do. So I'm not out for them. And here is that 2-minute and 13-second Teams call.
Yes.
Okay. Lindsay, this is not an easy call for us to make. Your tweet has caused significant issues across the province, whether done intentionally or not. This is not the behavior that is expected from staff. And John Rustad has made the decision that we have to let you go effective immediately. And I wanted to say thank you for your service.
Okay.
Lindsay, I'll be sending you a letter to your personal email, which outlines your termination without cause, and it will outline your final pay and benefits, and it talks about your equipment, but I understand you just have a laptop, and if you could just leave that on your desk, that would be great.
Okay. I just want to say as my piece that I did what was asked of me, and I immediately took the tweet down when I was asked by Bruce Banman. And when I was asked to not speak to Katie DeRosa, I didn't. So the thing is, I did follow directions.
Okay.
But
Thanks.
as I said, John Rustad has made the decision.
Okay. Is there room to talk about, what about if there was an amicable way to do this where I go on mat leave super early and then, political winds can change in 18 months and then I come back?
This is the direction that we've been given from John Rustad, the leader.
So what should I do now? Just pack up and leave my laptop on the desk?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else I should do right now?
No, just, leave your laptop and I'll get that email off to your personal email.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Now, the thing is, I'm being accused of creating a province-wide rift or whatnot, but it was only 2 NDP MLAs, so members of the Legislative Assembly from the leftist party. It was 2 of them who posted about my tweet on X, Rohini Aurora and Spencer Chandra Herbert, if that means anything to anyone. And that was enough for the party to panic, demand I delete the tweet, and ultimately fire me over. So this is the thing, the BC Conservatives, they're giving so much power to the other side, and the other side is actively seeking their downfall. Now, if you're not Canadian, what you need to know is that in 2021, a First Nations band called the Tk'emlúps, they stated that they discovered the remains of 215 children on the grounds of the former Kamloops Indian Residential School. And yes, they did use the word remains, which was simply not true. They detected soil anomalies using a radar technology. And then that same year, 2021, September 30th became the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, which is a federal holiday and a stat holiday in BC and some other provinces. So this National Day for Truth and Reconciliation was created by former Liberal Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. He famously spent the first National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, which was supposedly this solemn occasion, right? He spent it surfing and vacationing in the world-class surf town of Tofino, BC. So even though everyone was supposed to be in mourning, he was off surfing. Now, furthermore, Dozens of churches were arsoned over this story of 215 unmarked graves because the residential schools were church run. Flags were at half-mast for months, Canada Day was cancelled, and it was just this kind of nationwide guilt trip. Now, it's clear to me and many other people that this Orange Shirt Day, September 30th narrative, it's framed in a way to benefit the left. It's framed in a way to benefit a certain ideology and to shut down anyone who questions it. I mean, it is called the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, and we are apparently supposed to disregard the part about truth. We're just supposed to accept whatever the leftists and kind of the ideologues, whatever they say is the truth, we're just supposed to believe it and repeat it. So by design, anyone right-wing, anyone independent-minded, even centrists and questioning people, they are set up to lose. It's either you wear the orange shirt, you tweet "Every child matters," and you repeat their lines, you repeat their talking points, or you are a denialist and you should be fined and go to jail. So to me, it is something conservative to understand that framing and understand how this holiday is set up and to not buy into it and understand that I don't need to play along with the way you've set up this holiday, and I'm not going to buy into your framing. The day after I post my tweet, I was called up by the party whip, and I was asked to delete it. It was strange for me to receive a call from the party whip because I'm not an elected official. I'm a junior staffer. So despite all the messages I'm getting from people who don't understand, who are telling me, resign, give up your seat. I can't believe people voted for you. I'm not elected. I can't pass legislation. I can't vote on legislation. I don't have private members' time. I can't make a private member's bill. My job was essentially someone will tell me to write a letter, and then I will write the letter and send it, like a ghostwriter. Now, on that phone call with the whip, I asked a lot of questions because it is a big deal for me to delete something, especially something that is a conservative viewpoint and, shared by conservative people. And I'm being asked to delete it by the Conservative Party. So I asked a lot of questions. I did get the sense that if I didn't delete it, I would be fired. So I decided, I'm going on mat leave soon. I'll just suck it up. I'll delete it and I will kill my darlings. I knew at the back of my mind that this will probably still be a problem even if I delete it, because that's usually how these things work. You're asked to delete the tweet and whatnot, but it's still not good enough. But a few days went by and everything seemed normal work-wise. So I thought, okay, looks like it's fine. Then a CBC reporter contacted me. She asked for comment on why I tweeted what I did and why I deleted it. And I'm not afraid of media, so I wasn't afraid to potentially respond to her. This was what I was referring to when I said Katie DeRosa in the audio recording. But I understood, I'm an employee in this situation. So I contacted someone higher up and I asked how they would like me to respond. They said, don't respond. So I didn't. So that was my reference to following directions, right? Like all along I was following directions on how they were telling me to handle this, even though I didn't think they were handling it the right way. Then this article comes out. The head of the Union of BC Indian Chiefs wants me to be fired. So that's the UBCIC. Okay, well, that guy is literally married to an NDP MLA. So he's married to one of the members of the Legislative Assembly who is in the governing party. So of course he would like to make such a statement. Of course he would like to cause ruckus and create these kinds of headlines for the opposition party. But John Rustad fell for it. So I get to work on October 1st, today, the day I'm filming this, the day after Truth and Reconciliation Day. And I was invited into a random Teams meeting with no context, no explanatory message. And that meeting was supposed to happen, like within an hour. And I kept kind of refreshing my email, like waiting for an explanatory message as to why I was being invited to that call. But nothing ever came, so I just prepared for the worst, and I figured, yeah, something bad is going to happen. Now, I think it's important to point out that I'm 32 weeks pregnant, and I raise that because it's not like I can just be super resilient at this particular time. It's not like I can just shrug my shoulders, log on to Indeed, and go look for something else. That's not how it works when you are 8 weeks away from giving birth. That just doesn't make sense. I was counting on being paid my regular salary up until the day I went on mat leave. And just for the sake of international viewers, in Canada, the standard is that women take a 12-month or 18-month maternity/parental leave. So as you will hear in my audio documentation of these events, I offered to go on an early and extended mat leave to essentially disappear for a while, but that was not entertained, and there was just no room for negotiation. The saddest part of it all, really, is that it was truly an honor to work in that building, the BC Legislature. It's so beautiful, it's so historical, and it is painful to know that probably the majority of the government and the staffers who occupy it on a daily basis are people who trash British Columbian history, who trash Canadian history. They want to believe the worst about our province and our country, rather than seek truth and honoring our history. They would rather believe the worst and not even question why they're believing it. So that really is the saddest part of it all. And I've also never been fired from anything before. It's a common misconception that I was fired from my teaching assistant job at Wilfrid Laurier University in 2017, but I never was. I completed the 2 terms of my TA-ship. I completed my master's degree there. So first time being fired is at 30 years old, so I guess that's not that bad. But I did really like my job at the legislature. Like, every day that I went there, I would think, like, I'm so lucky to have this job. This place is so special. Like, how did I get here? Yeah. And I've seen a few comments from what I would classify as like apolitical communication PR professionals who are saying things like, oh yeah, you were in comms, like you should have known you don't express a controversial opinion that your employer might not like. But the subtext here is I expressed a viewpoint that many conservatives hold. And I worked for a conservative party. So even conservative parties are intolerant of certain viewpoints. And they will still, in current year, 2025, they will bow down to leftists. They will bow down to randos like Spencer Chandra Herbert and Rohini Arora. And they will do what those people demand them to do rather than stick up for their own. And interestingly, I was a part of the Conservative Party of British Columbia before John Rustad was. And then ultimately he was the one who called for my head. So take that for what you will. Maybe that's just politics. Thank you so much for all the messages of support I'm seeing online. There are so many. I'm trying to keep up, but I am trying to read them all. And I really appreciate it, even if I can't respond. It means a lot. So thank you. And I guess that's it for now.